So let's get into it.
The people are losing their heads.
Yeah.
The government and the media just can't get a hold of them, and they just keep trying
That's
to.
because that damn government keeps lying to us, bro.
Well, the government just is so bad at lying, and they do it so often. It's just insane.
They just repeatedly try to protect the absolute wrong fucking people.
Yeah, that they do.
Just goes to show you how evil the world can truly be. But anyway,
They
so
do.
first up, old Arnold Epstein.
We need to get you a fidget spinner.
What's his name? Jeffrey Epstein.
We need to get you a fidget cube.
I need something to
Because
hold
you're
on.
having an Asperger meltdown.
I need to hold something in my hands. I know you got some fun stuff some interesting stuff pulled up for us about old Jeffy.
Right, so while the government is not being 100% transparent about what's in the Epstein files, the truth of the matter is that it's safe to say that the sheer grasp of the Epstein files is immense. So it probably does have to be released in waves and multiple different redacted versions until the full truth is out. And even then, it's still, mocked up in a sense.
I just, we were just talking about this, but, I think certain people have said that, there's just too many people in this list that if we released it all, the world would come, and more specifically the American government would come crashing down. Let it fucking crash, dude. We can build anew. Maybe it's time for a reset, you know?
I mean, there's a good number of people that aren't in it, so
exactly.
Why don't we just stick with those guys?
Yeah, they seem like decent folk compared to the rest of these fucking scumbags.
We don't need to keep using Dan Schneider's crew at Nickelodeon. We can use somebody else's crew.
They have grown and they are now in our government. God damn, what was the name of that fucking guy that Dan Schneider, the hot dog man?
His name was Sean Penn.
No, it wasn't Sean Penn. Sean Penn is the name of an actor. It wasn't him.
It was something Peck, because
Was it Sean Peck?
I think it was Sean Peck, but
okay. If we're wrong and that's somebody's name out there, we're sorry for besmirching it.
Peck is like the same last name as Josh from Drake and Josh.
Right, so that's why I think you remember the last name.
But I don't think it's Sean Peck. I think that is Josh, but the dude has the last name Peck. Regardless, the Epstein files are very immense. Probably will never get the whole truth. That's safe to say. But with what we have... Brian Peck. Sean Peck is Josh. And he was confirmed to not actually be mentioned in the Epstein files.
Who, Josh Peck?
Josh Peck.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Drake Bell.
At this point, nobody surprises me.
Drake Bell, we don't know about yet.
At this point, nobody surprises me when their name pops up.
Well, I've got a good amount of names. I've got a list of my own here.
All right. Well, a list that you've compiled. These are names that have been confirmed.
Right. I do have a list, but before we get into the list that I've created, we're going to just get into a couple points just surrounding the Epstein stuff.
All right, what you got?
So, what's happening more recently is that the FBI has now come out and said 100% that the footage of Epstein is edited. Like, whenever he supposedly unalived himself in the prison, that footage, even though I've never seen it either, but...
So does that mean that somebody killed him?
I personally think that he's not even dead. He's just somewhere else, because...
Well, you think they removed him from that prison?
Right. We'll get into the final conclusions, because that's where we can get into some zany stuff.
Okay. Anyway, what you got? Sorry.
Yeah, so they've come out and said that the footage is 100% edited. First off, I think half a year ago, they said on Joe Rogan that the footage didn't exist.
Who said this again?
Kash Patel. Like the new director of the FBI.
The FBI.
And
okay.
then they said they did exist, but it was fake. And then they said that, no, it was real. And now they're saying that it's edited. They just keep changing the story in such a idiotic way so frequently that the goal is obviously to make people not care. And it's working very well.
Do you think as time goes on, what their goal is to make people just give up on the whole thing? Because I felt like people were starting to.
I think even if there was a brand new government, people want to work their jobs and they want to drive their cars. So they're going to need jobs, regardless of if AI actually does take any sort of jobs, which at the moment, the only jobs it's taking is low quality people from Fiverr, which, Fiverr.
What's Fiverr?
It's like a freelance, any sort of
online
thing. You could do editing, you could do graphic design work.
So it's computerized shit.
Yeah, just computer freelance work.
Right.
But yeah, people want to drive their cars and they want to have a job.
Right.
Even though they act like they hate it, but...
Well, people need money,
Yeah.
It's kind of essential.
Also, like, I mean, even if you have all the money, you end up just, like, either going crazy and blowing it all.
Well, not all the
because
time.
you're not, like, working, I guess.
Okay,
you just have all the time to...
I see what you're saying. You have no new income, so you're just eating up money. Is that what you mean?
Right. No, it's like whenever people are too comfortable and then they just start freaking out or finding things to worry about.
That doesn't always happen, though.
They did some experiment with, like, mice. Where it's like, I think it's literally called the Rat Utopia experiment.
Okay.
But at some point,
It sounds
like,
familiar.
if they have unlimited food, comfortability...
Oh, I think I do know about
then
this.
some of the males become hyper-aggressive and some of the males become, like, super feminine.
I am. And so this rat society that they've kind of built, not the rats, but the constructors of the experiment, it kind of just falls apart on itself.
Well, the rats just, like, they just have noticeable behavioral changes.
Okay, because I do remember reading something about this a long time ago. But
I think it is called Rat Utopia.
Okay. Anyway.
Either way, the footage is baloney. I don't think he's dead. I think he's just somewhere else. They said that so that they didn't even have to put him before a trial.
Do you think because he is not even the mastermind, but like the most prominent figure from this whole bullshit that he's
like the most important figure.
So they had to remove him from
if all of
public
this
spotlight?
stuff, like with a giant ring, let's call it.
Right. The P-ring.
Yeah, then he is probably, like, the most important in a negative way person in all of human history.
All of human history? Maybe in an infamous way?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah, it's
this
pretty
is
bad,
an important point, and this is definitely an important point in global culture.
I agree with that.
I guess, but I mean, the people in the Middle East don't really give a fuck about Jeffrey Epstein.
All right, so what are some of the names that you've got for me? Because I think that's where it gets not fun, but interesting.
It gets interesting. So starting off, we've got Prince Andrew.
Which we already knew.
He was a freak.
The boy wild.
Yeah.
He wrong.
I didn't put a lot of information on it, but I'm sure it's just like confirming that he has a chain of emails between Epstein and he visited.
As of today, or maybe yesterday, whenever we're making this video, he has been arrested. But he is a member of the royal family in England. So that is notable.
Donald Trump.
Is that confirmed? Or is this just highly speculative?
It says he was mentioned in it over 1 million times.
Yeah, so I saw, and this is not me defending Trump by any means, I saw some bullshit last week that sounds to me, I only saw it once, so that means, to me, I just didn't put any real thought into it, but that Trump was the whistleblower on this.
Well,
but
really, in a way, it was Elon, by making that tweet and saying that the reason Trump is in office, Kash Patel's the new head of the FBI, and then Kash Patel goes on Rogan and spouts a bunch of nonsense. People on the internet instantly are like, yo, this is a bunch of hooey, bunch of baloney. After that point, Elon goes on Twitter, or I guess X, and he says the reason Trump isn't being transparent about the files is because he's in them.
Right.
Which, is already a loaded statement. What do you mean by in them? Like, it could be saying in there that Donald Trump is trying to stop us. But technically he is in the files. But here's the thing. You know what I'm saying? That's obvious. That's definitely not what it's saying in the files.
I don't really think that Trump is the whistleblower on this, because if Trump was the whistleblower, as braggadocious as Trump has been throughout his entire life, basically, on all of his achievements and accomplishments, I say with quotes, you would think that he would be like, yeah, actually, I'm the one who brought down the P-ring. I started all this, and he hasn't said any of that. So,
no.
Something tells me his involvement.
We're still talking about that?
Yeah, I did that years ago.
That's old news.
It's old news. Fake news. So, you see what I'm saying there?
Yeah.
I just feel like if he were truly this, like, virtuous good guy. But then again, I don't know.
Right. So, next up, we've got Elon Musk. But this is actually a 4-parter. So we've got Elon Musk. We've got at the same dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a couple dinners. We've got Elon Musk, and at this table of disciples, let's say for a Last Supper, we've got Zuckerberg, Peter Thiel.
Jesus Christ.
Can't remember his first name, but his last name is Hoffman. He created LinkedIn.
Okay. See, and Peter Thiel to me is just like the most evil man in the world. Something about him, doesn't vibe with me. Doesn't vibe with most people.
Yeah. He's obsessed with the Antichrist.
He also, is the creator of Palantir.
I think the Antichrist is currently possessing several very influential people right now that happen to come from the West.
It's just an insane combination of things that you're into. You own a giant, what they deem a defense company, which people already don't vibe with because it just seems...
Which really, they're just taking lists of information and then organizing it in some sort of way that new versions of AI can use.
Right. But then he also is, obsessed with... He's written books on it as well. The apocalypse and the coming of the Antichrist.
Yeah.
He also just looks like a ghoul to me. And even though I try not to judge people based on their looks, something about him is just haunting.
Yeah, he looks like he's wearing a papier-mâché, plaster cast
of his own face. Of his own face. Of a face that once belonged to the real Peter Thiel.
Yeah, he's wearing a rotten face that he carved off somebody else.
It's like that. It's an episode of Goosebumps, The Mask, the haunted mask, where the masks are just rotting away because they're just pure evil.
At this same dinner, we've got our boy Stephen Hawking.
Really?
I said our boy. He's not really our boy.
No.
But, either way, yeah, Stephen Hawking's there. And
where's this dinner taking place?
After this supposed dinner, or at some other undisclosed point, he participated in what was called...
P.F. Chang's? Where was the dinner? Was it on Epstein Island?
Yeah, on Epstein Island. Hawking participated in an underage orgy. I think we can say that.
This is all coming from the Epstein files as well.
Right.
Which Hawking was a name that had been previously dropped. And of course you get all those great...
He was dropped, mentioned, saying that he wanted midgets to complete complicated math equations butt naked.
Fucking insane.
Yeah.
Some depraved shit.
Just some freak shit.
Yeah.
Super freak. Since he's, has ties to Stephen Hawking, I was reading that this was Jeffrey's opportunity to sneak his way into the scientific community, which led him to a gravity conference that was also attended by one of the smartest people in the world, Brett Weinstein.
Okay. What is Brett Weinstein known for?
I believe he's a theoretical physicist. He's very based. He's a base chud.
A based chud.
Yeah, he's I would say he's a base chud. So this links him to the scientific community. This also links him to this paleontologist named Jack Horner.
Little Jack
Not
Horner?
necessarily this gravity conference, but just now he's got his foot in the door with just scientists, which are linked to universities.
Right.
Jack Horner is a paleontologist from Montana State. And Montana State is where they first discovered some very interesting dinosaurs. This is, just bear with me. Let me finish, because I know a lot of alarms are going to be going off. But At Montana State, they first discovered T-Rex fossils, Deinonychus, and also the Mosasaur. So Deinonychus is
the Mosasaur is the water
inspiration, one. Right? Well, that's the Mosasaur.
Okay.
Mosasaur is just a giant reptile.
Okay.
But which all dinosaurs are. But
right.
I don't know what the Mosasaur exactly looks like. But either way, Deinonychus and T-Rex. Now, Deinonychus and T-Rex are the two main T-Rex or dinosaurs that appear in all of the Jurassic Park movies.
Okay.
Deinonychus is what inspired the TV version of a Velociraptor.
Okay.
But Velociraptors are actually really small, and Deinonychus are the ones that are what we think Velociraptors look like from movies like Jurassic Park and World.
Okay.
So in Jurassic Park 2, the tiny ones, those are Velociraptors. In the movie, they're called Deinonychus. And then the Velociraptors are called... Sorry, the other... Either way, they got it fucking swapped around for no good reason. Either way...
Spielberg.
I mean... My theory that's coming from this is it possible that some of these dinosaurs aren't actually real dinosaurs and they were used as some sort of money scheme? Some way to attract money somehow? But I mean, when T-Rex was discovered, it was in 1902.
Okay.
But Epstein is connected to the, bear with me, Israeli Mossad.
Okay. Hearing you out.
Which is one of the most notorious, global espionage groups in the world.
Right.
Just interesting.
That is interesting. Now, do we have any factual, concrete shit to back that up?
What, his ties to the Mossad?
Yeah.
Through Ghislaine Maxwell, because her father was a Mossad agent.
100%?
Yeah.
We know this? Okay. I'm just letting you have free reign here, dude. You've done more research on this particular subject.
Bill Gates.
So I hope that what you're telling me is...
Bill Gates is in it.
Well, Bill Gates. Vampire.
Patriot.
No, not
Bulbasaur's a patriot and Bill Gates a vampire.
I actually watched the entire episode, the actual clip of that where it's not Pokemon thrown in.
Yeah.
And it's
We're talking about an Alex Jones clip.
But the one where he's like a scared man. He's talking about Elon Musk in that one. When the guy goes, "Really?" Oh yeah.
I told you what Alex has recently been on, right?
Vampire.
He's saying he's saying that that Candace Owens is really a man, and she had sex with Erica Kirk, and she's pregnant with their baby.
He said that?
That is what he said.
That's fucking crazy.
He said he was told this. He didn't say necessarily that he believed it.
So every once in a while, I do feel like I'm like, damn, maybe Alex Jones was cooking. Especially like the videos of him sneaking.
He's definitely fed a lot of different information
sneaking
from
into
many different sources.
Bohemian Grove and shit, like him filming that. Like that's pretty poignant shit. But then other times I'm like, what the fuck is this guy even talking about, dude? He's so high energy. And he just be like that whole clip where he's like, Patriot. And then it switches, vampire. And it just gets worse because then he goes, a scared man. And then he goes, mental retard. So it's just like a downward spiral of what the hell are you saying, bro? And that's most of the time what you get with Alex Jones.
He's entertaining.
He is entertaining, perhaps for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
But
so next up we got Woody Allen.
Yeah, I mean, that's no surprise. However, I'm very big on separating art from artist. And I know a lot of people,
well, do you think
they don't
this
like
is
to do
part
that.
Art, or do you think this is part artist?
I don't think this is, well, this is him being just a freak on a leash.
He might have considered what he was doing art, though.
This is art. Anyway,
I'm creating art, and all my fans of my work
I
will love this.
Personally, I really, really like Woody Allen movies. Big fan of Annie Hall.
I just think it's too...
One of my favorite movies of all time. Manhattan, another good one. However, sometimes the subject matter in these films is like in Manhattan. Now, I'm not advocating for any of this to be, socially acceptable, but in that movie, when this movie was made in the, I want to say 70s, this was a different time period in Hollywood and a very different time period in the world. But in that movie, he is a college professor who is dating a high school senior, and nobody batted a fucking eye.
In the movie? He's playing a character
just in general when the movie came out. None of this crazy shit about him, I don't think, had really come to the forefront. And so people just generally
He's playing a character that's doing this? Or in real life he's doing this?
No, he played a character, but at the same time, it's either a few years later or running concurrently, he is cheating on Mia Farrow with her adoptive daughter, who is just... it's his wife. Now it's his wife.
What's up? Okay, so...
I've always believed that his behavior is morally corrupt.
Rotten.
Until you give me some concrete proof, it's rotten. He's a rotten man. Until you give me some concrete proof what he's doing wasn't fucking illegal. It's not like he's Roman Polanski, who got literally caught having sex with a underage person. And then he fled to a foreign country. And you still had a bunch of celebrities at the time who were like, well, he wasn't really doing anything wrong. And it's like, the fuck he wasn't? What the hell are you talking about? Hollywood has always been a seedy place ever since the golden age of cinema. And even prior to that, in like the silent film era. There's a really great movie called Babylon. If you watch that, you can see, maybe it's a little exaggerated, but you can see a lot of that.
A lot of what?
A lot of
seedy...
No, just seedy fucking shit.
What is seedy?
Seedy? Bad. Morally corrupt. Rotten.
Okay.
So, that's always been the way it is. I'm not saying it's right, but like, you obviously at some point, it just, who's not at that point? I don't know. Just a weird thing.
Okay.
But again, if you...
Classic victim blaming.
I'm not victim blaming. I'm just saying, as somebody who's a great, I really like movies, if you didn't watch every movie that contained a person... This goes back to the art from artist thing. If you didn't watch every movie that contained a person who'd done something, terrible or, again, rotten, what movies would you watch? I don't know. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Next up on the list.
But I'm not surprised that Woody Allen is in these files.
Okay, I was going to ask, what's up with this voicemail that's recently been trending online?
Is this one with his wife?
Yeah, ex-wife or wife or something where he's like, you fucking bitch.
No, okay, so I saw one where, was that Woody Allen?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. I didn't see that, but I do believe if it's directed at Mia Farrow, then it's because of their falling out. If it's directed at Soon-Yi Previn, I really don't know, because they're still together. But I did see something that was interesting where, so a few years back, most of Woody Allen's films, they premiere and then they only are really shown. They don't get widespread release. A lot of times he has to go to foreign distributors to put them out, right? We did one called Rainy Day in New York. And in that movie, it's got a young Timothy Chalamet, who really hadn't hit the big time like he is now, right? Well, apparently, Woody, come to find out, Timothy Chalamet donated his entire salary, or at least a large portion of that, to charities. Really pissed off Woody Allen's wife, Soon-Yi Previn. And there's a voicemail or a correspondence of emails where she's talking to Jeffrey Epstein. She's like, this little fucking prick, Timothy Chalamet. Fuck him. Hopefully nothing good ever comes out of his career. And then, fast forward. And
Little Timmy?
He's on top of... Timmy Tim's on top of the world.
Wow.
But just funny that she was, so mad that he had donated his salary. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
How much do you think Timothy Chalamet would charge for a semen donation?
Brother, I have no idea. You gotta hit him with them Marty Supreme numbers, dude.
Next up on the list, we got Jose Maria Aznar.
What the fuck is he?
He's the Prime Minister of Spain.
Oh, shit. That's not good.
No, he received 2 parcels in 2003, and then the second one in 2004 that were not specified, the contents.
Right. From who?
He had to go get something from the Pokemart and deliver it.
What I'm saying, did he get these from Epstein? What's the connection here?
Well,
Epstein just sent him 2 pieces of mail.
It seems like what happened was with that information is he was playing Pokemon Red on one Game Boy and then playing Pokemon Blue on the other Game Boy.
Was he trading Pokemon to his own damn self?
He started 2 files at the same time and had to go deliver the parcels to Professor Oak.
What he's actually doing is using a link cable and trading Pokemon back and forth to himself so they can evolve.
He was trying to use strength on a truck so that Mew appeared. I'm pretty sure.
He's doing the fucking cheat.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Always funny. You ever pulled that one off?
No, I don't think it's real.
It is real. 100%. I've done it.
Maybe.
You have to follow a very certain, set of instructions. If you do that, Mew will appear. And he's level 5. So you have to be super careful, otherwise you'll kill him. But you can't catch him straight off the rip. And I think he's also able to run away.
Oh. He fled.
If he flees, you're fucked.
Next up, we got Doug Bard. Now, this is a man who flew on Epstein's jet not once, not twice, over 35 separate times on Epstein's private jet. And Doug Bard is the former advisor to former President Bill Clinton.
Well,
I was scratching my chest like a Asperger-riddled autist.
We know Billy Boy's, he's corrupt.
Yeah, he's a hound.
He's running with that Arkansas mafia, dude.
Yeah. We knew he was in the files before they were even considered the files, back in 2017 or whatever.
Yeah.
But either way. Next up, we got...
His favorite food is French fries.
Yep, keeping it within the White House, we've got Steve Bannon, who is the former chief strategist of the White House.
Yeah, scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah, not surprised.
Going outside of the White House and then into a more magical setting, we've got David Blaine.
David Blaine? Really?
Right.
The magician?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting because you know who David...
He had a years-long relationship with Epstein.
Well, you know who David Blaine is super-duper well-connected with?
A lot of women, because it says that he suggested several women to become Epstein's assistants.
Okay, so are you familiar with the term the pussy posse?
Is that with Zac Efron and shit or whatever?
No. But the pussy posse was a group of up-and-coming, young Hollywood celebrities that were really hitting it big, and they all hung out. Yes,
Franco.
Yes, not Franco. Franco was part of that Freaks and Geeks.
Oh.
That group, but it's Leonardo DiCaprio, David Blaine, Tobey Maguire, Ethan Suplee. What the fuck's the guy's name? The one that's in he was in that show Entourage. I can't think of his name, but he's the main guy from Entourage, and some chick, and I can't think of her name, Sarah Gilbert. But all these people, they hung out together, and they were and Lucas Haas. But they're all notorious for running around town in their early come-up days and just being rowdy as hell at restaurants and bars and, like, tipping really shitty and causing a ruckus. But then they got this name, the Pussy Posse, because they were... Boy, these guys are going to hit it big. And, of course, I think most of their success, maybe besides Tobey Maguire, was because of their connection with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Bully Maguire?
Yeah, with Bully. Yeah, bad boy Bully Maguire. So it makes me think if David Blaine is in on this, I'm not saying anything.
Is Bully Maguire in there?
But Leonardo DiCaprio, who we also know, has a taste for...
Yeah, didn't he flee to another country?
No, but he likes young women below a certain age. Yeah, I'm not saying he's a pedophile, but
I think you can say that. I wasn't looking at the camera in response to you saying that word.
We've said it before, but I'm not saying he is one. But you know, there's a strong inclination that. But anyway, Leo, if you're listening and you're innocent, I'm sorry, because again, I really like his movies. Strange things going on Shutter Island, bro.
Dude, I really need to get into just making, like, what a lot of podcast YouTube channels will do is they'll take, like, several clips and then they'll make, like, multiple minute-long videos.
Yeah. Like
13-minute-long videos that have a set theme around clips from multiple episodes.
Yeah.
We have so much stuff, and I have it all saved. I really need to, like, just open up the shit and just start making a bunch of clips, try to organize them. I really just need to write down in one of these damned books that I have.
Your journals.
And actually make, like, reminders of what exactly I can do, because I need to start treating the work that I do just as a more, like, I'm clocking in sense. Yeah. Like, not that there's a set goal in mind, but that there's, like, there's always more shit that I could be doing. But what happens is I usually forget.
I understand.
And I only focus on, like, one thing.
Right, I understand.
So I need to have, like, all these shits laid out.
Organize your thoughts.
Yeah, and just, like, be able to... Like, right. I'm going to cut out some of this shit and, like, try to thumbtack it on there with, like, some marker, big text, so I don't have to be like, what does it say on there?
Right. What the hell? I got to get up out of my chair?
This book is filled to the brim with knowledge.
You just got to figure out how to organize it. But, you know, speaking of bad boys running around town... doing bad boy things. Somebody we just mentioned in the last episode, good old Shia LaBeouf, is at it again in the streets of New Orleans. Shia LaBeouf's out there terrorizing the city. And
okay, here's some takeaway points. America and Israel are inseparable.
Okay.
Yeah, America is indispensable. Both of these things cannot be separated, and this is by design for over 100 years of American help. When Israel fights its neighbors, the U.S. provides weapons and fights for them. Mm-hmm. When Israel has the international community not approving of its occupancy in West Gaza, the U.S. vetoes the Security Council resolutions commending it.
Right.
Battle cry. Israel has the right to defend itself / exist. This means Israel's defense and existence are contingent on American support and always has been. Israel is entitled to American support. In order to secure American support, they must secure influence over American systems and society. How do they do this? They must regulate broadcasting and dissemination of information.
Right.
They must penetrate the media. It was TV, now it's social media. It is their right to control and manipulate our systems.
But see, these are things that we've already done.
Well, these are things that I look in the mirror and repeat to myself.
I hope not, brother. Because it's very contradictory to the other things you've said about the evils of said Israel.
How is this contradictory to Israel being evil?
No, but what? Because if you don't read it in the tone of, like, these are things that points that you've come to, it almost looks like these are the actual thoughts and feelings that you feel, not interesting bullet points. Does that make sense?
Well, these aren't necessarily bullet points.
Anyway, my whole point is we've already done this video, and you've already...
You know what the Jewish Zionist mindset is?
Yes, bro, because you've told me several times. Get back to Jeffrey.
All right, so I think we talked about everyone in my list of Jeffrey.
But you've already done that. So you just forgotten that we've done that episode. The Israel one. And Charlie Kirk.
We didn't do an episode on Israel.
We did an episode on Charlie Kirk and Israel.
I don't remember what it was called, but it had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk and Israel, but we did talk about it.
Did we somehow not... Did we make it and then it didn't air?
I don't remember, dude. Obama had some sort of interview where he was talking about aliens.
Okay.
And how they're real.
Yeah, what exactly did he say about that?
He said they're real.
He said aliens are real.
Right. He said they're real, but they're not here. And then he said there is no underground bunker that the U.S. is trying to do any secret experiments in.
That's it?
So he was playing a game of two truths and a lie. Or one truth and two lies.
I'm saying, if they're not here, then how the fuck does he know that they're real? If they haven't visited us before.
I don't trust him as far as you could fly by stretching his ears out and using them as wind sails.
Like Dumbo?
Yeah.
Yeah. As uninteresting as that actually is, it's just like the headline that you see is that Obama says aliens are real, and then you read it and it's like nothing.
Well, meanwhile,
give us nothing.
Meanwhile, Russia's still at war. China's been doing some secret shit, and India's still robbing our elderly, and we're trying to consume South America.
Yeah,
and also the coast of Europe, I guess, with Iceland and Greenland.
So you think it's just distracting bullshit?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Russia's still fighting. China's still doing their shit. North Korea's still enslaving their entire country. Right. And fentanyl's still being made. Kids are still being smuggled, and Israel's still blowing up Muslims. So
yeah, which is what we've always kind of said is that they distract you with this.
There's so many things happening simultaneously.
Well, they give you something, and then all of a sudden, it's not important anymore. The Russian conflict with Ukraine, and then the Israel Palestine thing, and then all of a sudden they're like, but hey, why don't you guys think about aliens and bunkers for a little bit? But it's just nonsense.
And they'll go on trial and lie about so many things on both sides.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, this dude is obviously lying. Here's the proof. It's like, yeah, you did prove how he was lying, but you also were proven to be a liar like a month ago.
Right. And sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs. Is there hope for the future? We don't know. What do you think? Is there hope for the future, Tanner?
There's hope for the future, but shit needs to change.
Yeah. But will it? I don't know. If you think things will change, leave a comment in the description or in the comments. You can't leave a comment in the description.
Right. Like, comment, subscribe.
Sure.
Check out our story times.
Yep.
Check out our investigations.
Yep.
We got a couple of gems in there.
Yeah.
And another one, getting refined.
And we're going to have some new investigations coming your way in the future, as soon as it gets a little warmer here for us, as we do really enjoy making that kind of content.
Well, I mean, it's pretty warmer now. I mean, like the cold shit came and then kind of left.
It warmed up the last 2 days.
I mean, we could do some investigations to jacket.
Yeah, sure.
And the last two, we were jacketed up.
We were. But, yeah.
We need to just do, like, EVP sessions, like, just of our houses or something.
I actually pitched this idea to you whenever you moved into this house.
But, like, we have to be able to do something else. Like, I don't know. There has to be... we have to do something else besides just the spirit box.
Spirit box is always fun.
Yeah.
The Estes method is tried and true.
I was going to say we have to do solo things, but, like, solo in my house is not scary.
No.
Neither is your house, I guess. Unless you're in the pitch black. But then, like, how is the camera going to record you?
These are questions we'll have to figure out as we go. But anyway,
solo sessions are definitely a good idea. Like when we go on investigations, we need to just bring like a folding chair and some sort of mount so that we can do not solo content, but like the solo sessions.
Yeah, where like they send somebody off by themselves, kind of thing.
Yeah, for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes it's scary. It's a lot scarier than you think until like you're surrounded by darkness in a graveyard.
If we did one of Charleston, we'd have to pay money for it, right?
So whenever I did the ghost tour in Charleston for the old city jail,
there's all of those places. There's also the Battleship.
There's no flash photography allowed, and you're not allowed to like roll camera footage. That would be something you would have to like call and set up, but I don't know how easy that is because the only people that I know who have done investigations of those places are pretty high up. It's Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters, and the BuzzFeed boys.
Yeah.
So I don't know how easy it is to just get access, or what you have to, how much money, because I know it can't be free. How much money you have to pay to get solo access to this historic site.
Yeah, or even if you were trying to investigate like some of the local businesses, you would have to probably just personally reach out to them.
Right. But anyway, we got some brainstorming to do, and we got some things coming up here in the future. So stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.
Absolutely.
I'm Will.
I'm Tanner.
And this is ScareMeTender. Stay spooky. Insane.
Fucker.
You fucking fuck boy.
Motherfucker boy. I shit on you, big boy.
Hi, fuck boy.
Do you?